Hey, welcome fellow pagans and occultists to another episode of A Pagan Sanctuary, where all things pagan and Titan are discussed and possibly revealed. Thank you to everyone who has watched my previous videos. I really hope you enjoyed them. If you enjoyed these videos, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below and hit the notification bell to be sure you can be notified of all new postings. Also, if you enjoyed this video or have comments or questions to anything covered, please feel free to mention it in the comment section below and I will make every effort to get back to you. So, now on to today's video, which I really hope you enjoy. Welcome to the next installment of the Arcane Titans, Hidden Origin and Return by Finn Liath. Today I'm going to read two chapters of this book from Finn Liath. The first chapter is the hierarchy of Titan bloodlines, and the second one is Learning Begins. I'm going to read both of these because this first one is pretty simple and very short, and it just gives you some context of the different classifications of Titans, and then the next chapter gets more into the story like we were before. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back, relax, and let's get started. I do need to warn you that this first part has culturally sensitive words in it, so please feel free to look in the details section here, and you can easily just skip to the next chapter, and let's get started. The hierarchy of Titan bloodlines. To establish order among Uranus's progeny and the subsequent generations, he set forth the law of hierarchy of the bloodlines and birthrights, precise distinctions of the Titan classifications, determined by their origin. Uranus foresaw the importance of hierarchy, for he knew that he would not rule the multiverse forever. The hierarchy of the Titan classes is as follows. Arcane Titan, the strongest and most powerful of Titans, comprised of ethereal, astral, and cosmic energy. Astral Titan, created by the ether but comprised of astral energy. Cosmic Titan, created from cosmic energy, the soul form of a cosmic body. Proprietary cosmic Titans are specifically created as counterbalances for arcane Titans. Super Supreme Titan, born of an arcane Titan and an astral Titan, or a proprietary cosmic Titan. This class of Titan cannot reproduce. Supreme Titan, born of an arcane Titan and a cosmic Titan, Supreme Titan, Super Titan, or Titan. Titan, born of a cosmic Titan and a Supreme Titan, Super Titan, or Titan. A Supreme Titan and a Super Titan, or Titan, or Super Titan and a Titan. Demi-Titan, born of any class of Titan and a commoner. Commoner, born of two commoners, a substandard Titan, a stripped of power Titan, or a being of little to no power. Originally classified as slave, the Arcane Titan twins would eventually change the classification to commoner. Offspring whose parents are of the same classification are deemed to be of the same class as their parents. All classes possess certain abilities and powers. Such abilities and powers must be realized, then their use learned, just as it was for Glycerin and Norknon. Okay, as far as the Titan classes, as you can see when I listed here, there's really not a whole lot to discuss about that. It's pretty self-explanatory, and we'll get moving on to the next. Okay, now on to Learning Begins. Glycerin and Norknon possessed infinite abilities and powers. However, They did not know the extent of what they could do, nor how. Uranus set forth a law dictating the specialized training each of them would receive and the order in which such training would occur. While Titans could be killed, they were otherwise immortal beings that aged at an extremely slow rate. Thus, the Titans' training would take eons to complete. Glysterin's training was to be centered around his predominant negative aligned energy composition, for he was to become creator, destroyer of worlds and courage. Norknon's training was to be centered around his predominant positive aligned energy composition, for he was to become creator, destroyer of knowledge, intellect, and wisdom. Glysterin embraced the training plan set forth by Uranus. In fact, he immersed himself in it. He sought to learn everything he could that would increase his strength and power. Norknon, however, rebelled against Uranus's training plan for him. While it was in his nature to desire knowledge, he focused a lot of his training on the martial arts, the increase of speed, dexterity, and precision. He sought knowledge and training that interested him and refused what he was not interested in, primarily the mental arts, especially psychic ability. That would become a minor source of conflict between Uranus and Norknon. A major source of conflicting interest would develop later. In the meantime, the twins worked together to achieve their desires. Glysterin's insatiable hunger for power, combined with Norknon's insatiable hunger for knowledge, made them formidable and feared. Most of the early Titan classes tended to be brutish, short-tempered, and lacking wisdom and intellect. The twins, however, were in a league of their own. There were no limits, no taboos to prevent them from getting what they wanted. The twins could be the most sadistic masochists of all when it came to obtaining their goals. The ends justified the means in their view, but everything they did was purposeful. The best example of this is the making of their arcane weapons. The twins made all sorts of weapons, armor, talismans, and such, but none were as crude, demented, and powerful as their arcane weapons. Norknon learned the intricacies of weapon making combined with the hidden arts to gain power. He shared his knowledge with Glysterin. Together they made their arcane weapons using their own body parts, with the incantations, rituals, self-healing, and energy manipulation that they had learned. Each arcane weapon consisted of 3 weapons joined as one, as follows: Infector, which slowly kills its victim; Power Taker, which takes the victim's power and transfers them to the wielder; Destroyer, which instantly kills its victim, no matter where or how it comes into contact with the victim. Each piece could be used independently or as a single unit, with the intent of the wielder determining which section or combination of sections is activated. Because the weapons contained body parts of the twins, and the use of an incantation keyed each weapon to its owner, the arcane weapons could not be used effectively against them. That, of course, did not prevent attempted use of the arcane weapons against the twins. Okay, as discussed in previous parts of this book, Titans are born with their powers and abilities and knowledge. It's just there, and it just has to be awoken through simplified training, sometimes simple instruction. And in here it says that Uranus set forth laws dictating the specialized training that they would receive, because he wanted to make sure that was brought out, and these 2 arcane titans could function at the full capacity of what they were capable of doing. Oh, he goes here, Glistrin. Now he's a power hungry fella. He just creator and destroyer of worlds and courage. He can create life. He can create planets and things like that, and he can also totally destroy those, eradicate them, wipe them out. He's quite powerful, and it kind of goes to his head. And Norknon, his brother, being positive aligned at the time, creator and destroyer of knowledge, intellect, and wisdom. Now, this guy has the capability of making mankind, humanity, smart or very stupid. Like early man here on this planet, they were not knowledgeable of any sort. Uh, and it goes later on into the story. It explains a lot about that and how knowledge and intellect and wisdom came to these inhabitants of these planets over time. And now he mentions here that Glycerin embraced the training set forth by Uranus. It kind of implicates the fact that maybe Glycerin is a daddy's boy. He wants to do what daddy said and give it his all and prove to be the superior arcane titan. And I guess it worked for a while because Norknan was more of a rebellious kind. He's going to do what he wants to do and learn at his own pace, and he doesn't want to take, rules and instruction from people. He just wants to dive in and do it himself, and, a hands on kind of thing. And I think that works out, me personally here as a mortal. Hands on works a lot better than sitting down in school and reading books and taking tests and all that. It gets a little monotonous. So I kind of stick with Norknon's theory of let's just go with what interests us and what we can excel at, and that's what we're going to do. It doesn't always work out for the best that way, but yeah, I guess you're, a kind of a jack of all trades then, if you take that route. Um, let's see here. Okay, a little farther on down it says there were no limits, taboos to prevent them from getting what they wanted. Yeah, they were pretty ruthless. If they wanted something or someone, they just took it. There was no consequence because in their minds and the way things were, who's going to stop them? Who's going to take it away from them? Nobody. They were pretty feared back then, and they still are today. And it led to some pretty outlandish behavior on both their parts. And short-tempered, oh, for sure, short-tempered, and that will come on later on in the book. And kind of got to tap the brakes on these guys every now and then by themselves or each other to slow things down a bit. Now he talks about these arcane weapons. These are quite the items. Uh, like it says, they were masochistic and sadistic and stuff like that, and that proves positive when they made their individual arcane weapons. Like if you follow the Star Wars thing, each Jedi's got to make their own lightsaber. It's got to fit them. This is the same philosophy that they have to create their own weapon so that it's part of them and it's an extension of them when they wield it and go into battle. And they used parts of their own bodies, their own DNA, their own bones and flesh, and they put spells or incantations into it and made them proprietary to each one so they couldn't swap weapons or if they were in a battle and one of them lost one, the other one couldn't pick it up and use it. It wouldn't work. It would just be like a blunt weapon going after somebody with a spoon instead of a sharp knife type thing. You just kind of whack them with it, and that's about all it's gonna do. But I guess that's gonna be it for this video, I should say. And hey, I hope you enjoyed, and because I know I certainly did. And we'll see you next time. Well, that does it for this episode. Thank you to everyone who has watched this video. I hope you enjoyed it and was able to take something away from it. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below and hit the notification bell to be sure you can be notified of all new postings. If you have questions or comments to anything covered in this video, please feel free to mention it in the comment section below, and I will make every effort to get back to you. Stay well, be blessed.